Everyone was saying the same thing: save Britney. Millions of people believed Britney Spears was trapped, controlled, and silenced. The internet rallied behind her, celebrities spoke out, and documentaries reignited a global movement. But beneath the hashtags and headlines, there was a deeper question that very few people stopped to ask. Was Britney Spears truly being held against her will, or was the reality far more complicated than it seemed? Behind the viral movement was a story involving legal control, family power, mental health struggles, and a system that blurred the line between protection and control. To understand what really happened, we need to go back to 2007. At the time, Britney Spears wasn't just famous, she was one of the most photographed women in the world. Every move she made was followed, documented, and scrutinized. But behind the scenes, her life was beginning to unravel. Her marriage to Kevin Federline had ended. She was in a custody battle over her 2 children, and paparazzi were surrounding her constantly, day and night. Then came the moment that would define her public image for years. Britney walked into a salon and shaved her head. Shortly after, she was photographed attacking a paparazzi's car with an umbrella. To the public, it looked chaotic and shocking. To the media, it became a spectacle. But to those closest to her, it was a clear sign of a mental health crisis unfolding in real time. In 2008, everything changed. A court placed Britney Spears under a conservatorship, a legal arrangement typically used for individuals who are unable to manage their own affairs. This meant Britney no longer had full control over her finances, her career decisions, or key aspects of her personal life. That control was largely handed to her father, Jamie Spears. But almost immediately, something didn't add up. Despite being under this level of control, Britney continued to work. She released albums, performed on global tours, and even appeared as a judge on the X Factor USA. This led many to question the situation. If she was capable of performing in front of millions, memorizing routines, and maintaining a demanding schedule, why was she considered incapable of making her own life decisions? As the years went on, public concern slowly grew into a full movement. The hashtag Free Britney campaign gained traction online, especially after the release of documentaries like Framing Britney Spears. Fans began analyzing her social media posts, looking for hidden messages, and questioning whether she was being controlled behind the scenes. Some of those concerns were grounded in reality. Britney did have limited legal control over her life, and her father held significant authority over her finances and decisions. In court, she would later describe feeling controlled and unheard. However, not everything circulating online was accurate. Claims that she was constantly locked away or secretly communicating through coded messages were never proven. What started as a genuine concern became a mix of fact, fear, and internet-driven speculation. Then, in 2021, everything shifted. For the first time, Britney Spears spoke publicly in court, and her testimony stunned the world. She claimed she had been forced to work, that she wasn't allowed to remove an IUD, and that she felt traumatized by the level of control placed over her life. This was no longer speculation or theory. This was Britney speaking directly. Shortly after her statement, the court suspended Jamie Spears from the conservatorship. By November 2021, after 13 years, the conservatorship was officially terminated. Britney Spears was legally free. But even after it ended, one question remained. Was this situation a crime? Legally, the conservatorship had been approved and maintained through the court system. No criminal conviction has established that her father committed a crime. But ethically, the debate is far from settled. Some believe the conservatorship protected Britney during a vulnerable time in her life. Others argue it evolved into a system of control that went too far, lasting far longer than it should have. The truth likely sits somewhere in between, shaped by both genuine concern and questionable decisions. Today, Britney Spears is no longer under a concern. She has released a memoir titled The Woman in Me, where she shares her perspective on what happened during those years. She also posts regularly on social media, offering glimpses into her life that continue to spark discussion among fans. And that's where the story becomes even more complex, because even now, people continue to debate what they're seeing. Some view it as a woman finally expressing herself freely after years of control. Others still feel concerned about her well-being. And maybe that's the most unsettling part of all. For years, millions of people believed they understood what was happening to Britney Spears before they ever heard her side of the story. So now the question shifts back to you. Did the world really save Britney Spears? Or did the internet create a version of the truth it wanted to believe?